All right, man. You ready for a quote that I didn't say?
Maybe.
No.
All right. That's it for our show today. No, it's time for the segment called Don't Quote Me on This, where we just break down a quote from history from days past. I have two for you. This guy said a lot of things, some of them pretty intense. We won't talk about those as much, but some that I think are pretty interesting principles that appeal to me. The guy we're talking about is President Theodore Roosevelt.
Theodore J. Roosevelt.
Priming. I'm going to just say that every time I hear you say something that's sketchy or skeptical.
Oh, Junior. Never mind.
yeah. There you go.
J's at the end.
The J's on the other side. So the first quote we're going to talk about is one not as well known as some of his other ones. And I'm gonna read it to you, and then I just love to get your reaction to it. He was the mayor of New York City when he wrote this. It was April 10th, 1999, in a Chicago speech. The speech was called the Strenuous Life Speech. And here we go. So he said, "Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to take rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in the gray twilight that knows no victory nor defeat."
Is this the one you had to double check on, that it never existed?
This is the one that I confirmed actually existed. You can see the link to the National Archives where they have a snapshot of the letter.
This
so
was never a speech.
You can go look it up.
Nice. Well, good on you for doing the research.
Hey, if I'm going to quote somebody live on the air, it better be really them saying it.
Better be. Dang, that's a lot to digest right there. I got to go through it again.
It's really cool. He was talking about, he was in Chicago, so he was out of his home kind of area, and I think he was talking to firemen and people of the city who kind of were working to build Chicago bigger. And this is at the turn of the century, so there was a lot of growth in America, and this quote was very much geared towards the philosophy in America at the time of innovation and building industry and really going for it. What do you want to break down?
So I mean, this is just that the Office quote. Basically, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Quote Wayne Gretzky. Quote Michael Scott.
End quotes.
End quotes.
End quotes. Don't be messing with the great one, man.
Yeah, that's far better to dare mighty things. So just get out and do it is what TR's saying. That's what they called him.
Yeah.
Or Teddy. Teddy, going way back 1899, Teddy was like, "Hey, just get out and do something. Do something. Don't do nothing.
I don't care if it's banging sticks together. If you bang sticks together every single day, then you will avoid the gray twilight."
That's right.
That's the part that I thought was very evocative to me, the gray twilight, that middle ground of where you don't really stand for anything, you don't risk anything, and you become kind of a faded ghost of a person.
Oh, that's where I love living.
Really?
Just right there in the twilight.
right down the middle.
No, it's probably not a good thing, though.
You're a werewolf kind of guy that's like sitting right there in the twilight between nighttime and daytime.
Yeah, but couldn't the twilight be like that quiet, that one time that it's like really just like peaceful, like it's neither here nor there, it just is.
Yeah, you have less responsibility.
But that's what he's saying.
I think that would be out of context for the quote. I get what you're saying about having peace and rest, and he was a warrior, like a guy who like really cared about discipline, and he knew that to replenish your strength you had to do that. But I think he's talking about that mental place of where you don't have any principles.
Yeah, being complacent. Like,
don't. Once you're out of high school, no more principles.
So high school kids are out. Teenagers, this isn't for you. This doesn't apply.
Once you're out of high school, then dare to dream mighty things.
Or this is only for high schools because they have principles. This is
for them, so.
I get what you're saying. I think it's about don't waste your life not standing for anything. I don't think he's saying you have to always be fighting, but you can't spend your whole life chilling.
Yeah.
Well, I meant more or less being in the present, just being in that like moment where you're not necessarily prepping or doing. You're just like in that moment where you're just present, and that's that like, I don't know. I guess it came off more of like that quiet or more reflective, but
yeah, I think that could still fall under. He's saying here, to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs. I mean, that doesn't have to be something loud and crazy. It could just be taking control of your mental health, which, could be really refined and really a quiet moment, a very personal, intimate moment. But that would, that's a glorious triumph to improve your mental well-being or feel more at peace, to be able to create peace in your life. I think that would be considered a triumph as well.
You said he's talking to a bunch of police and firefighters?
Yeah, like firemen, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was talking in a literal sense. He's like, get in that burning building right now. Don't be the guy that's just like, I'll turn on the water. He's talking about, he's like, get in that building.
Yeah, he's talking to the guys that, when you go to like a picnic together, and he's talking to the guys like, I'll just bring the cups. Don't be that guy.
Be triumphant.
I'll just bring the chips.
Bring a keg. So yeah, that was one that I really like. And then the other one, he was writing to a colleague named Henry L. Sprague, January 26, 1900. It was the next day. And, the next year.
This guy's just writing the quotes out.
Yeah. He wrote, I have always been fond of the West African proverb, speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far.
Yeah. Why would you want to tell people you got a big stick when you're coming? If you're quiet and you're easy to sneak up, because with a big stick, they're going to see you. But if you're quiet with it,
That's why I'm saying speak softly. You are
softly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's an old hunting proverb. Speak softly because you don't want to alarm the animals, and carry a big stick so you don't have to get as close. It's great.
Yeah. So that one was based more off of his like foreign policy at the time, because they had just been elected to the presidency, and he was like writing to his buddy, at this point he had just gotten a guy who was really corrupt out of office. And so, yeah, it was kind of cool that he's essentially saying, speak softly, be a man of principle, but also be ready and willing to act.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to be brazen about what you're doing. Have the ability and the capability, and you can know that you have those skills.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go flaunting it. Basically, is what it is. Stop showboating.
Well, the speak softly, like he's not saying don't speak. He's just saying speak softly. So go about what you're doing and do it with humility, but do it confidently and know that you don't need that ego stroked. You can go about your life and have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys heard that quote? It's like they talk about the loudest person in the room is often the most foolish. It's something like that. It's yeah. Everyone knows that kid is like, you walk in, you're like talking about a job. It's like, all right, this organ. He's like, I don't fucking like that idea. Like, all right, how about you lead us in a battle, there, Chief? Yeah. Sit down.
No, I get what you're saying. He liked other quotes, something about another international. He got it from either South America or Africa, but he's like, it was a proverb that just said, the closed mouth rarely catches a fly. And I was an often closed mouth rarely catches a fly. And I was like, wow, like that could be convicting. Sometimes you got to just be a listener. And
is it saying your breath smells like shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep that trap shut.
Literally.
Flies in here.
Yeah, Tic Tac, bro. That's what that means.
That's a commercial for Tic Tac. How is Tic Tac spelled, huh? Mandela effect? No, that's pretty easy.
But he I'm going to pull it up really quick. He had like 5 principles backing this up. And one of them was you need to have enough power. In this case, it was military power, but you need to have enough power to keep your adversary paying attention to you. So you need to be able to draw attention either through, your skill set, your ability to do something. For some people, it's just your physical the way you carry yourself. And then the other qualities were act justly towards others, never bluff, strike only when prepared to strike hard, and have the willingness to allow your adversary to save face in defeat. So, I mean, it's cool. It encapsulates a lot more and kind of became his slogan.
Respect and honor.
Yeah, a lot of people know him for all that stuff. But he, had these principles behind it, which helped kind of make it more than just a funny saying.
And that's Grandpa from Three Ninjas. His rules were rule number 1, never attack unless you're sure you're going to win. And rule number 2, don't climb a tree that's full of thorns.
Both honest and true.
Definitely done that once or twice.
Yeah. So that's it. Thanks for going through that with me. I really like those. I'm probably going to get those tattooed on my arm. But no, the whole letter to his buddy Henry Sprague.
Well, there's like 6 pages of this, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
That made you think, though. I'm gonna have to like listen back to this episode and like actually like try to digest it a little bit more. It's a lot.
Well, you were here the last time we did Don't Quote Me on This.
Yeah.
We had the Zig Ziglar quotes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was really.
Those
good.
were great too.
Yeah.
But if I can, for all those out there, wherever you're at in life, what we would like to say, or I would like to say, because I don't want to loop all these guys in if I say something stupid, is wherever you're at in your life, pick a goal and chase after it. Sometimes you got to risk a little bit, be careful, but to feel the potential that you have, you're going to have to make some choices and you're going to have to get out there and chase it down. So, we're hopeful for you. We want to support you. So if you want to reach out to Velocity Chaos and just say hello and tell us what you're up to, we'd love to hear about it because people out there care about your goals and your dreams. So we want you living in the sun and not in the gray twilight with Luke.
That's right.